Hey guys, how's it going? It is Masterminded Guns here, and today I get to be showing you guys a weapon that was actually requested by the same guy who recommended me to do the L97, who is Jonathan Lego Lover. And the reason I am doing another one of his requests is because of the fact that I didn't actually finish the L27 because of some reasons that I explained in another video. And so I decided to make it up to him by building another one of his requests, which is the Lego L96 long-range sniper rifle. So a question I had to ask myself when building this gun is, what's the difference between the L96 and the L115 sniper rifle? Well, the difference between the two is like the M16 and the AR-15, almost the exact same guns. But the L115 holds the world record for the longest shot and fires the 300 Win Mag cartridge, while the L96 is an older version and fires the 7.62 by 51mm round, which isn't quite as big but still does a lot of damage. So probably the coolest part about the gun is the fact that the 7.62 by 51mm round can actually be loaded into the chamber by the bolt and come right off the clip, as well as pretty much could be loaded almost identically to a real-life gun, except the only differences being that there's no pin, and as well as no gas piston, and you know, all the other things that a gun has. But basically, other than that, it's quite realistic, and that's definitely something I like to incorporate into the guns, and you can see that the bullet fits on top of the clip perfectly. So in this demonstration here, you can see how sturdy the gun is, and besides things that move and detach, I'd feel really confident about holding this gun from anywhere and knowing that it won't break, which is just absolutely awesome because this thing is 44 inches long, so being that it's Lego, it's almost surprising that it doesn't break. Even the handle has a hard time breaking and it's never come loose for me. So you guys might be looking at the receiver for this gun and wondering, where's the safety? Well, the safety is actually located on the bolt itself, which might come as a surprise to you guys because normally on guns, the safety is located above the trigger and locks the trigger in place, whereas this version locks the pin in place, which hits the bullet which fires the gun. And this is quite efficient because of the fact that it's easier to lock a pin in place than a trigger. And even some versions of this gun allow you to lock the bolt in place whenever the safety is active, which is pretty cool. So one thing I included in this build is the ability to take out the bolt that's held in by a little pin. So if you pull the pin out, you can actually take the bolt completely out so it's separated from the gun and look at it and see the detail. And one thing I wondered was if the bolt was too thin, until I pulled out the bullet and realized, wow, it's really the perfect size, which was really nice. One thing I liked about the sniper is how detailistic it really is. Most snipers aren't really detailistic because of the fact that normally they're camouflaged, just obviously to keep the sniper hidden in the grass or wherever the environment is. And also another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that the real version of this gun has a foldable stock. However, I didn't really like this feature. I just think the design of the stock deserves really for it to just be built into the gun, and I just think it looks a little nicer. And also it's more sturdy. So here you can see I added a cheek rest to the gun. If you guys don't know what a cheek rest is, it's just what you rest your head on for comfortability so you can see through the scope a little easier, and it's adjustable, so you know, for your size or whatever, and however you like to view through the scope, if you like to lean over or just, you know, just your preference as far as how you like to snipe, especially because snipers are sitting out there for a long time. And here's the scope. It's actually quite low, so I don't really need the cheek rest very high, but I did actually add some more details to this scope than there really are on the versions of the L96 you've seen. And I even added a piece of glass in the front of the scope so it can add glare when you're in the right place. You can't really see it now because of where I'm filming it, but here you guys can see the iron sights for the gun. So you know, it's just something fun, and these sights are based off the Battlefield 4 sights. So yeah, there's not really much to say about them, but they are pretty cool and they're kind of fun to add on. They're a little lighter and they're just, you know, make it kind of feel like a different type of gun. And here you can see down them. Of course, sometimes I wish I could customize my Lego pieces so I can get that perfect sight, but this is really the best that I could come up with, so hopefully it's good enough for you guys. So when I finished the gun, I realized that it wasn't the same without a bipod. And even though I'm not really a big fan of bipods, at least Lego bipods, I decided I would still make one, and I'm glad I did because it really does look good. And this version doesn't really break that easily, but it still has the easy ability of breaking. And here you guys can see that the bipod is in split mode. You guys will understand why in a minute. But anyways guys, below the barrel on the end of the gun there's an extension, which is what the bipods are connected to, and it just kind of keeps the bipod out of the way, and those 4 pins connect the bipod to the gun, which makes it really secure, so this bipod isn't going anywhere. And anyways, there are 2 modes for carrying this bipod when in storage or not in use. There is the extension and the compact, which is what those 2 versions are, you can see for the bipod. And here is a kickstand for the bipod, which is basically its helper and keeps the gun off the ground. It's just kind of it just makes things a little more, just a little bit easier. And here you can see that the bipod is in use and it does work, so there you go. So as the video comes to an end, I do want to thank Jonathan Legolover for requesting this gun, because it really was a great request. I really did enjoy building this gun. It didn't really take that long, as you guys might notice, and it's just an awesome looking gun. It turned out great, and I'm really pleased and happy with how it turned out. You guys can tell me in the comment sections what you guys think of this gun. But anyways guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button down below and leave me your thoughts about what you think, and also a request about what shotgun you would like to see built, and of course you might get your name in a next video. So anyways guys, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys with the next gun in another video.